Moi! Tervetuloa kaikille. Puhumme suomea. Yo. Just kidding. All right. How do you say just kidding? Isn't the word for joke like veitsi? Or vitsi or something like that. But yeah, good to see you guys in chat. JF, Polyu, Lorelei, welcome in. We're gonna practice a little more of the selko set. I like that there's the audio, that it's relevant, like topics, and it does challenge my vocabulary and grammar a lot. So it's good practice for me. But yeah. Vitsline, what? Vitseilenwein. Vitseilenwein. Just kidding. Vitseilenwein. Y'all. Well, welcome in. Good to see you guys. JF, you're at the stairs of Peaceballa. I don't know what Peaceballa is. Is it like a stadium or something, or like, or I don't, a government building with like very prominent stairs? Like the stairs in front of Senate Square that were famously in Darude's whatever music video, Sandstorm. But yeah, I see you guys are writing in chat about the weather. It's been raining the past few days. But yeah, it's still warm. A lot of rain. Wait, something about Turku Energy. They did some work due to it. Wait, hold it. I don't know. I don't know if something about being warm and hot water, or there was no heat or hot water. Is that what it's saying? Maybe not due to it. I saw takia, so I thought of due to. But due to the work, okay, maybe you're trying to say due to the work that the energy company is doing, there wasn't any heat or warm water. And something, it ended 22 minutes. I don't know what that is. 22 units of time it lasted. Hey Ani, welcome in. Good to see you. And Sandstorm was filmed in a subway station and train. Yeah, no heating or hot water currently. Oh, it should end by 22. Ah, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. We use the 24-hour clock. Yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling really tired today. I think part of it is just the weather. When it's like overcast and rainy, it's just hard to feel motivated. Lorelei says, not military time, just normal time. This, yeah, in America, we do refer to it as military time. But they do something even weirder in the military. They say the time as 100. So they'll say like at 0600 hours. Which is kind of like nonsense because time, it doesn't go by hundreds, right? You don't have an hour 670, right? That doesn't make any sense. You don't even have an hour 660. It rolls over to 700 at that point. Whatever. It's just the way people communicate it. It's fine. But it is also a little triggering. You would think that the military would be precise, right? But I don't know. I don't know when they came up with that. It sounds like something like they would have made up in Vietnam or something, or during the Vietnam time. But yeah. Minakin olen väsynyt. You're also tired, Poyu. Hang in there, everybody. Summer is almost over. quite literally, we're coming up to the end. And September 20th, this coming Saturday, is Hobbit Day. It is the day of Bilbo and Frodo's birthday. And so this weekend I will be celebrating with some Hobbit food and a Lord of the Rings marathon. Thank you very much. I quite frankly deserve that. I deserve it. And so do you. So yeah, take advantage of the holiday. Okay, maybe let's watch this, right, before it gets too late. Oh wait, before this, let me do a little translation here. We've got työpaikat, vanhukset, ylioppilaskokeet, sää. This is like workplaces. This is... Does this have to do like the elderly? The elderly. Like vanha means old, and then vanhukset, the elderly. I don't know. And then ylioppilaskokeet. This is the matriculation exams, right? Koke. Why do I... Koe. Koe is an exam. Kokeet. Is that the plural of koe? I don't know. But it is confusing because ylioppilas is like a high school graduate, but not necessarily a university student, right? But yeah. Wait, Finns still use the first word for toilet, which is water closet? To think it's some 2,000-year-old invention? Wait, the Finnish word for toilet? What is the Finnish word for toilet? Vesi. Something. I don't know. I don't know how to say closet. But anyways, let's watch this. Hopefully you guys can hear it okay. Yeah, you guys hear it.
Nyt uutisia helpolla suomen kielellä. Hyvää päivää. Ensin uutinen työpaikoista. Suomessa on vähemmän avoimia työpaikkoja kuin vuosi sitten. Yksityiset firmat palkkaavat tällä hetkellä vain vähän uusia työntekijöitä. Asiantuntijat sanovat, että Suomen talouskasvu on hidasta. Ihmiset eivät usko, että talous kehittyy hyvin. Suomessa on vähemmän avoimia työpaikkoja kuin vuosi sitten. Palvelualalla uusia työpaikkoja on vain vähän.
They show a graph like where it's just going down.
Uusia työpaikkoja on vähän enemmän.
Okay, I understood that. I am reading the subtitles right now, so that's helping a lot.
Aiheena ovat vanhukset. Monen vanhan ihmisen pitää asua kaukana kotoa. Vanhuksen hoitopaikka voi olla kaukana kodista, jossa vanhus asui aikaisemmin.
Okay.
Hyvinvointialue etsii joskus vanhukselle hoitopaikan, joka on kaukana kotoa. Niina Mannisen muistisairas äiti asuu nyt hoitopaikassa Sievissä. Äidin aikaisempi koti on kaukana. Niina Mannisella on äidin luon nyt yli 2 tunnin ajomatka.
2 tunnin.
Ja miten heitä voi heitellä? Heitellä sinne sun tänne paikasta toiseen ja viedä ihmisiä niin kauas, että he ei näe enää läheisiään. Ja muistisairaalle varsinkin olisi todella tärkeää se, että niitä ihmisiä, jotka hän vielä tuntee, niin hän pääsisi näkemään.
Okay, the subtitles did not write what she said.
Nyt aiheena ovat ylioppilaskokeet. Syksyn ylioppilaskokeet alkoivat maanantaina. Maanantaina oli äidinkielen lukutaidon koe.
Lukutaidon.
Syksyllä valmistuu enemmän ylioppilaita kuin aikaisemmin. Viime vuonna 17% ylioppilaista valmistui syksyllä. Opinto-ohjaaja Jonna Rinkiö vantaalaisesta Vaskivuoren lukiosta.
Koko ajan on kasvanut kirjoittajien määrä myös syksyllä ja yhä useampi niin kuin haluaa myös aloittaa niin kuin kirjoituksesta tai jakaa kirjoituksessa useammalle kerralle, niin sinällään se näkyy sitten myös tässä syksyn suosiossa.
I did not understand that one at all.
Vielä sääennus.
I mean, I understood. I just was like something. There are fewer students now. Something like that. But Lorelai, you're getting the water back in your bathroom. Good. No, you go to university after either Lukio or Korkeakoulu. It will be very difficult to get in directly after 9th or 10th grade. University is Korkeakoulu. They didn't talk about the problems with the exam yesterday? Like there was an exam? I don't know. Well, look, I'm going to find out. Actually, let's do that last one because that one this one gave me the most trouble. So we'll start with this. First of all, let's make sure that I said that this was matriculation exams. Whoa. Google Translate's not working for some reason. There we go. Yeah, matriculation exams. Okay, I was kind of right. Nyt aiheena ovat ylioppilaskokeet. So now the topic, it's sort of like matriculation exams are the next topic. Syksyn ylioppilaskokeet alkoivat maanantaina. So it's like the autumn's matriculation exams began on Monday. This is past tense. Alkoi. On Monday, there was a mother tongue I don't know what lukutaidon means. I feel like I should, but I don't know. But an exam, a mother tongue exam of some kind. Okay, Monday was the native language reading test. Lukutaidon. I know luku from lukukoira, the reading dogs that they have at the library. They got an alert for full disk space, and some schools had to wait for several hours to get the exam back on track. Whoa. And it was the mother tongue reading exam in Finnish or Swedish. Yeah. And how to read, lukutaidon. That's what I'm practicing right now, but not as a mother tongue. As a what is it? A second language. An uncle tongue. How about that? Syksyllä valmistuu enemmän ylioppilaita kuin aikaisemmin. Something about in the autumn valmistuu. I don't know why that's really confusing me, but something about enemmän, more matriculation students than before. Right, basically more there. I was just trying to think of like what's the subject of the sentence. This means like to complete. or to be completed, maybe. Right? Valmistua. So it's like more matriculations were completed in autumn than earlier. More high school graduates will graduate in the fall than before. Okay. Valmistua, we're making graduates. We're producing them. It's like a factory. Viime vuonna 17% ylioppilaista valmistui syksyllä. Yeah, last year 17% of the whatever high school graduates completed in autumn, or were produced, were minted, right? That's a good word. They were minted like a fresh bill, you know, being from the bank. Let's do that. Last year, 17% of high school graduates graduated in the fall. Opinto-ohjaaja Jonna Rinkiö vantaalaisesta Vaskivuoren lukiosta. Study, like I think of this like as a leader or organizer. I don't know. What would this be called? Like a guidance counselor? Is that what we would call this in English? Well, we'll find out. Jonna Rinkiö of Vanta, the Vanta-based Vaskivuori high school. So there's no verb in here. It's just introducing her, and this is what she says. Here, well, let's translate that real quick. Study guide. Or I would say, yeah, I guess guidance counselor. There's a difference, like, yeah, it's probably guidance counselor in American English, or at least the version of American English I grew up with. Because study guide a study guide is something totally different in English. At least for me, it refers to like a book, right? If you get the Cliff Notes if you don't want to read all of Moby Dick, then you read the study guide that tells you all about all the characters and all the plot, you know, and or it doesn't have to be like that where it's like you're cheating. You can make your own study guide from the class notes, right? That you're preparing for the final exam. And so you put together a study guide and maybe you and your friends share it and work on it together. And making the study guide's like part of the learning process, right? But yeah, that's what a study guide is to me. A guidance counselor is someone who actually gives advice on or to students about what they can do after high school. Koko ajan on kasvanut kirjoittajien määrä myös syskyllä. So it's like the whole time has grown the written amount also in autumn. What? Let's try and translate that. Ohjaaja is also a director. For like a movie. That's right. Okay, I have seen it in that context as well, now you mention it. The number of writers has been growing throughout the year. Where's throughout the year? What? This says nothing about the year. This talks about the autumn the whole time. Hold on. I think Google Translate's doing some fancy shenanigans with the whole paragraph. What if we just put it in Google Translate here? Oh, the number of writers? I guess in this case, this is like an exam. If you take the exam, is it like you write the exam? I think in like British English, they still say stuff like that. I have to write my exams. Whereas, like, I don't know, to an American, it's more like the teacher writes the exam, they make the exam, and then the students take the exam. The number of writers has been increasing all the time, including in the fall. Yeah, one writes the exam these days on computers. Yhä useampi haluaa jakaa kirjoituksensa useammalle kerralle. I think yhä means like still. I always confuse this with yhtä or some other word that looks just like it. But, and oh, I forgot useampi. Usea. Hold on, give me a second. I'll think of it. No, I won't. But anyways, haluaa, they want to continue. Yaka? I get this one confused with another word as well. There's like yaka and then yatka. Or does this mean to share? There's another ya sounding word that means to share. The kirjoituksensa, they're writing. This is way too difficult for me. I have no idea. The number of writers has been growing throughout the year, including the fall. More and more people want to share their writing more than once. We're talking about taking exams. What's being shared? I mean, if you're sharing, isn't that cheating? Or is the idea that you're sharing with the exam, the people grading the exam? I'm sharing my writing with you. So be grateful that I, as a student, have filled out the exam for you. Se näkyy myös syksyn suosiossa. Well, gosh, this is really difficult. It appears also the autumn is something maybe about popular. Like, I know suosittu is popular or favorite or something like that. Yeah, this is also reflected in the popularity of the fall. Why would they want to share their writing more than once? What does that have to do? Like you're taking the exam multiple times? What? One writes oneself as a graduate? Yeah, all you have to do is write a diploma. You're good to go. To split the exam into smaller parts. Oh, is that what it means? The different exams at different years and not at the same time. They take part of the exams in the spring and the rest in the fall. You'd burn out. Yeah, you don't take them all at once. Okay, I think I understand what this is. This is very it's not that they want to share their handwritten, notes or anything like that. They want to split up the taking of the exam into more than one season, right? I mean, that's what you guys are telling me on, but I'm connecting the dots here. More and more people want to take the exams over a longer period of time. to split up the times. But it's still not that popular if only 17% are doing it. Or maybe more people are doing it, but they still manage to graduate in the spring. That's a possibility. Yeah. You take math one time and language another. Yeah, the English translation's really bad. Yeah, hey, welcome in Esomatic. Good to see you. The kirjoitukset refer to final exams of Lukio. Yeah. And they can be split into multiple times in the fall, spring, etc. Yeah. The English here was really struggling. I think it also tricked me because share and writing are not the words you would use to talk about splitting up the times when you take the exams. But yeah, hey TB, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, and maybe retake one of them as well. Yeah, sharing's not the right translation here for yaka. If you think about it really hard, it kind of makes sense that like you're sharing the burden of taking the exam with your future self. Right? So it's a different kind. It doesn't really work that well, but whatever. And then I think this one was the second hardest of all the, I don't know, the 3 sections. Let's do this one for me. But yeah. The first exam was the mother tongue one, and the last is the Sami mother tongue. So yeah, and it goes until the 1st of October for these mother tongue exams. Seuraavaksi aiheena ovat vanhukset. So old people are the next topic for the news. Monen vanhan ihmisen pitää asua kaukana kotoa. Many old people need or should live far from home. It's like they have to live far from home. Maybe that's the way. Let's see how Google does that sentence. Many older people have to live far from home. Yeah, I got one of them. I got. Vanhuksen hoitopaikka voi olla kaukana kodista, jossa vanhus asui aikaisemmin. What is this like? Hoitopaikka. I don't know how I would translate that. That is like a care place. A place where you receive care. But I don't know exactly what that means. Is that just like just any sort of facility for elderly people in terms of access to doctors or nurses? Or is it specifically like a nursing home where people would actually live? Anyway, let's just say nursing homes can be far from home, in which elderly lived before. Right. The place where the elderly person is cared for may be far from the home where the elderly person previously lived. Yeah. No, that Google translation was like kind of complex, but it made sense. Like, yeah, the place of care for the elderly person can be far from the home where that elderly person lived before. Okay, there we go. TB, your son is writing history tomorrow. I like how that sounds. It almost sounds like he's making history, right? He's writing the saying like the victors write the history books. Hopefully your son is already winning. He's writing his own history. But yeah, wait, math and 2 other subject ones. Wait, tomorrow psychology, philosophy, history, physics, and biology. Oh, there's a bunch. And you can write any number of these. The Sami people are the only native people left in Europe. Their language is almost certainly several thousand years old. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I remember going up in Lapland a few years ago. I went to there was a museum in Inari. That was really nice. I do remember the museum food wasn't very good, but the museum itself was really good. It was disappointing museum food, but whatever. It was just like a really basic Finnish cafeteria. You know what? Okay, Finnish people, you guys need to chill out with the shredded carrots. Like that doesn't taste good. I'm sorry, but that's just no. It's just like it's like eating grass. Just really dense, crunchy grass. But you know what? Okay, that's a separate topic. I love how I think of Lapland and then the Sami Museum and then carrots. But that's what you guys do. Yeah, he's going to make history, you're sure. Good. I'm glad. That's the kind of confidence you gotta have. But you can actually eat the shredded carrot, Lorelai. All right. Look, you guys like it. It's fine. But it's better for me to have controversial opinions to make this entertaining. Nobody wants to hear if I'm like, oh yeah, there's a place for shredded carrots in the hearts of those who enjoy. No, shredded carrots suck. I actually like carrots, but there's something about it when you shred it, it loses so much of the crunchiness, the crispiness, I don't know, the sweetness even. I feel like shredded carrots don't have sweetness to them. It's like, I don't know if it's kind of like if you grind coffee and it like you leave it out, it gets stale. I feel like that's what must happen to the carrots. They're oxygenated, you know? They spoil. I'm sure I'm like, I don't know. This is probably not even a big deal, but yeah. What is this? Porkkana raste. Yeah. Porkkana. That's carrot. All right, where were we? We were somewhere in here. I think it was this one. Hyvinvointialue etsii joskus vanhukselle hoitopaikan, joka on kaukana kotoa. This is the welfare region. The welfare region searches like someone? Like they're searching for someone to wait, does joskus mean someone or something? Or sometimes? Anyways, they're searching to put the old person in a place of care. I don't know. I'm which is far from home. I don't know. It's like the welfare area sometimes finds. Oh, I thought etsi means to search, not to find. Etsia. There's a different word for to find. That's like löydä. But anyways, the welfare area sometimes finds a place of care for an elderly person that is far from home. Okay, the carrots have to be freshly shredded. Yeah, I don't know. I get the day old carrots. Yeah, I mean, hoitopaikka. I'm only hesitating because I know like a lot of, because like a nursing home in, at least in America, refers specifically to like, yeah, when someone is so old that they can't care for themselves and they have to live in a facility with other old people and nurses. And maybe, I don't know if this is limited to that definition. Maybe it includes nursing homes, but it could be any, like, I don't know, maybe a less, like, I don't know, like a daycare facility for people. I don't know if that exists. But yeah. All right, Niina Mannisen. Muistisairas äiti asuu nyt hoitopaikassa Sievissä. So Nina Manis, wait. Like this is like mental. Okay. Manisen. Is her last name Manninen or something? Wait, how does this? Well, anyway, Nina's mentally ill mother lives now in a nursing home in Sievi. Äidin aikaisempi koti on kaukana. Wait. The mother's prior or earlier home is far away. Yeah, Manninen. Okay. Nina Manninen's mother, who has dementia, now lives in a nursing home in Sievi. Her mother's previous home is far away. Yeah, they're trying to keep people in their homes as long as possible. Yeah, Manninen. Yeah, I could tell, or I was, yeah, that it was genitive. But then I was like, oh man, I don't know. Doing the reverse calculation is tough sometimes. It sounds weird to use hoitopaikka for both children, the elderly, and even pets. You can't come up with another name for the same place. Wait, does hoitopaikka, do you use that also for pets? Why don't I look it up here? Oops. Yeah, place of care. A place in a caretaking institution such as a hospital, sanatorium, that's where I need to go. Nursing home, children's home, daycare. Wait, you can use it to refer to a daycare? I thought a daycare was called a, was it, not, wait, päiväkoti. Or kotipäivä. Wait, which one is it? There's like home care, and then there's daycare. I forget the Finnish words. But yeah, you do. Okay, so I'm glad I asked that question, because I had a suspicion that hoitopaikka could be used more broadly. In English, a nursing home is only for old people. Or maybe not, actually. I mean, yeah, younger adults with physical disabilities, I guess. But it has a very specific, like, people who really need nurses, like medical professionals to help them. Whereas a daycare is like not that. You just, yeah. And a children's home is totally different. A public institution for the care and protection of children whose parents have died or can no longer care for them. Yeah. Or it could also be called like an orphanage. Though maybe that's a more old-fashioned word. There probably aren't many places that still call themselves orphanages. I feel like there's stigma around the word orphan. I don't know much about, I don't know, that sector or industry, so. But yeah. Oh, hey, Fisher, welcome in. Good to see you. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen your screen name, but good to have you here. Yeah, it's going well. How are you? And 27, I saw you in here earlier as well. I don't know if I always forget to say hi to people when they will come in. But 27's such a regular, I always assume he's here at the beginning. But orange slices and juice are added to the shredded carrots to give it some sweetness. I didn't know that. I don't know, maybe that's what's putting me off to it. Maybe it's that added acidity. But, yeah. Dobermanninen. Yeah, päiväkoti, thank you. daycare. And there was another word for like, what is it when parents keep their kids at home? There was like a special allowance. In the news, they were talking about an allowance for home care. Like parents could be paid to take care of their kids at home or something. Kotihoito. Thank you, TB. I see now. Yeah. Doggy daycare, animal hotels. Yeah. The word's ambiguous. Just a place to take care of whatever is needing to be taken care of. Yeah. I guess we don't really have a generic word for that. I mean, here, a caretaking institution, like. But if you said that, it would just sound like, I don't know. It would sound like you're trying to hide something. Like you're intentionally trying to be generic. But I don't know. I guess it would be in the context, like, you know, if you're trying to talk about all types of caretaking institutions, then I guess it's not like you're hiding anything. But it would be very weird. Like, we're sending our dog to a caretaking institution. I think also institution has a kind of negative connotation in English. Like, literally we have the verb institutionalize, and that refers, and it was used famously in what's the movie, the prison movie, that one where they like break out of prison. It's really famous. And the guy is it with Morgan Freeman? Is he in it? And it's like people spend so much time in prison, they become institutionalized, so they're no longer really mentally fit for living in the outside the prison in normal society. What, people who run their mouth too much need to go to Kiro sanatorium. Wait, what is, I don't know. I don't think I get that. What does Kiro mean? Perhehoito, when another mother takes care of other people's kids in their home. Like a nanny? Is that the word? A nanny? But a nanny doesn't have to be another mother. Just another person. The Shawshank Redemption. Thank you, Lorelei. I just blank. I'm getting dementia, apparently. This is a sign. My memory is going. And I do feel like I'm getting old. I mean, we all are getting older, one day at a time. But I'm really feeling it, you know? I turn 37 years old in a few months. And I'm ready to retire. I'm done. But yeah, I don't know. How are you guys feeling? Yeah, laitos is institution. So mennä laitokseen is in your mind negative and filled with presumptions, like to go to an institution. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in English, it's often that way as well, but not always. Because you could use institution in a positive sense if you're talking about like you're at a university with a long history, right? And you're like, this institution has stood the test of time or something. I don't know. Perkele is an example of kirosana. Oh, okay. Is that the joke then? Sanatorium. Kirosana. What does Kiro mean? That's actually a good, like a swear. Yeah, a swear word. Is it used in other words? To hex, to cast a spell. Speaking of hexes, I'm planning to listen to the what is it? The Harry Potter series. Probably over Christmas or around that time. Or well, maybe I should after I listen to The Lord of the Rings. Because Hobbit Day is coming up and I'm timing it so that next week I'm going to start listening to the Lord of the Rings audiobooks on my runs. And that'll take like a month, maybe 2 months, depending on how much I run. And then I also want to listen to the Golden Compass series, His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. Because I remember listening to that. How long ago? I feel like that was like 15 years ago I probably listened to it. So it'd be good to revisit those stories. I'm like in a fantasy year. Because at the beginning of the year, I listened to all of The Song of Ice and Fire. And I did the Silmarillion. Now I'm going to do Lord of the Rings. I did The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, The Golden Compass. But yeah. By the way, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, let's try and translate some of this. So, Nina Manisella. Yeah. On äidin luonut yli 2 tunnin ajomatka. Are you proud of me that I remembered to say 2 and not 2? That's because I am a professional Finnish learner. Good job. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Kele and Tana are swearing Teletubbies? What? 27, I don't understand your jokes. Maybe it's also my fault. I never watched Teletubbies as a kid, so I don't know it much. All I know is that like there was something about the purple one that was weird or different or something. I don't know. But anyways, hold on. What is this? Nina has a mother Luo. I don't know, but it's something about the mother's something now over. Oh wait, Luo, this is the. No, I don't know. It's like a 2-hour drive, basically, is what it's trying to say. Oh, okay. Nina Mannina now has a drive of over 2 hours to her mother's house. Ah. Or hold on a second. You know what I just realized? I think part of why I'm so tired. The other day I did like a strength workout. And I do squats. But like really basics, like just like body weight squats, not even like with much weight. And my legs are destroyed. My butt and I don't know, whatever muscles you use for doing squats are just destroyed right now. And I didn't even do that many. That's actually really confusing because unlike other if I do push-ups, right, I get really tired doing push-ups and I have to stop. But when I do squats, I don't actually feel that tired doing the squats. But it's like a day later, I'm like extremely sore after doing it, even though it didn't feel that hard when I was doing it. That's what she said. Yeah, she's got an over 2-hour drive to visit her mom, which she naturally thinks is too much. Squats are so bad, TB. I would have hoped that I would be better at squats given how much I run, but it is a different, I guess, movement than what I would normally do while running, right? But I get the big booty muscles. All right, that's what it's all about, you know. I'm lost. Yeah, a drive. This is like a driving trip, a drive. Well, let's try and do this here. Miten heitä voi heitellä paikasta toiseen ja viedä ihmisiä niin kauas, että he eivät näe enää läheisiään? It's like we went from Finnish to like Uber Finnish. Like, what is this? This is Finnish on steroids. No, I'm like translating a few words in my head and I'm like, I have no idea how to do this. So I'm not even going to try. Or I'm not even going to try to explain, like, you know, I can pick out words here and there, but I don't understand how the words fit together. Doesn't this mean like to spend? If you take a bike after a long time, the legs, yeah. I don't actually cycle much, and like that would be something I probably would enjoy and would be good to do alongside with running. Where does the two-step dance come from? The States or Europe? Wait, first of all, Anni, why are you thinking of that? Second of all, why do you think I'm an expert on some? Do I look? I'm complimented. I mean, I did do some dances in the forest outside a Finnish grocery store, and a lot of people saw that on my. I filmed it and uploaded it to YouTube, and that's maybe why you're here. But yeah, no, I never did a two-step. You know, actually, I did learn to do a bunch of these different dances when I was young. Like when I was like in middle school young. I'm still young. Even though I just said I'm old, I'm young old. Or I'm old young. I don't know. And it makes sense. Oh, viera means to take. Viettää is to spend time. Oh, okay, yeah, see, I easily get words confused. But yeah. Some people think horseback riding is just sitting on a horse when it's a real workout. I haven't done it that. I mean, I was a kid when I last rode on a horse. But it was never like a hobby or anything that I grew up with. Muistisairaalle on todella tärkeää se, että näkee niitä ihmisiä, joita vielä tuntee. Is it saying like the mental hospital? Or is it saying like for dementia? I don't know. It's saying it's important that they see people who they know, who they still feel, Punte. What? I don't know. How can they be thrown from place to place and taken so far away that they no longer see their loved ones? This actually sounds like poetry. How can they be thrown from place to place and taken so far away that they no longer see their loved ones? Why does it sound like it's metrical? To me, that sounds like a poem. It is really important for someone with dementia to see the people they still know. Is yeah. Is there what is where's the verb for throw? Like the hold on. How can they be thrown from place to place and taken so far away that they no longer see their loved ones? Okay, yeah. That they no longer see their loved ones. Okay, I didn't know this would mean loved ones. Lahesian. And this is so far away, right? And taken paikasta toiseen. Is this from place to place? Is that how you would? It's like from a place to another. From one place to another. How can they? Is this be thrown? Is that what this is? How can they throw them from one place to another and take like people far away? Am I kind of getting it? I guess I could hate that. We could Wiktionary this. It just looks like it should be he. Like another to me this looks like it's just another version of he. They. That's why I was kind of confused, because I see heitä and then heitellä. They look like they're the same word. To throw. Okay. So this is, it's the frequentative of heitä, to throw. So it's like they're being thrown in a frequent way. A frequentative form of a word indicates repeated action, but is not to be confused with iterative aspect. The frequentative is frequentative is no longer productive in English. Yeah, it doesn't make us any money, so we stopped using it. Why don't you produce something for us? Grammar. But apparently it's still used in Finno-Ugric. Oh, it's like jumping around. The Samoyedic languages. I didn't know that there was this little feature here where if you just hold over something, you can just skip to another article. Eurasia is the largest continental area on Earth. Earth is the third planet from the sun, and the only astronomical object known to harbor life, though that might change now with Mars. Maybe not. Yeah, to harbor active life, but Mars might have had life before. That's a separate topic. In Finnish, we don't love. Läheinen is your closest. Yeah, you don't have loved ones. You just have closest ones. Right? Whether or not you love them is between you and your God. All right, that's yeah. Love has nothing to do with it. All right, they're your closest ones. Yeah, Onni. Oh, I'm sorry to hear your granny didn't remember you. during the last month she lived. I imagine that's so tough. Yeah, it's really tragic that, like, you know, we get this one life, yet we are such fragile creatures, you know. And as you get older and your brain changes, it's like, yeah, it doesn't seem reasonable. All right, if there is a creator god out there, it does not seem reasonable. But yeah, hate the lat is also to fluctuate, tossing from place to place without consulting the loved ones. Yeah. But this, I think it's good, actually. I mean, well, sorry, I should I don't mean that the topic is good. What I meant to say is I think it's good, actually, that they put real dialogue in the Chocolatier, because it really does push me to learn Finnish in a more practical way, or I guess at a more difficult level than just, you know, hearing the simpler sentences. But yeah, because yeah, I don't know if we would have the frequentative form, right? I don't think I would ever come across this in the basic Finnish, or the Chocolatier Finnish, or maybe it is there and I just haven't noticed. But yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, it is 8 o'clock. I'm gonna wrap up stream here now. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Muistisairaus is the memory sickness. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I will struggle with in Finnish is, like, I know it has something to do with mental illness, but is it the illness? Is it the person who has the illness? Or is it the place where the mental illness is, like, being treated? Right? Because Sairaala is a hospital, right? Is it the mental hospital? Or is it... and it, I think that's where I get stuck, because if it's if it's in its normal form or its nominative form, it's easy. I mean, that's the form I know to distinguish. But then when you add the endings, it's very difficult for me to remember how the ending changes whether or not consonants appear, or how the consonants change. And so that's why I hesitate quite a bit with words like this, where I'm like, wait, Sairas, Saidal, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, Saidal, not Saidal. Yeah, with just one L. Yeah. Muisti Saidal. You, like, just listen to that word, TB. Muisti Saidal. Right? I mean, it's not a real language. You guys, this is, to me, the what is it? The contradiction or the paradox of the Finnish language is there is no language on earth that is so bouncy with all of its consonants and vowels and long and short versions. There's no language that has such a variation of bounciness, combined with people who talk in the most monotone way, right? Like, it surprises me that it's the Swedes who sound more sing-songy with the way they speak Swedish, and the Finns sound almost bored with their own language. It's like, all right, look, I'm not trying to say you should feel bad about being monotone, right? I also have a pretty monotone accent as American compared to, like, Irish or Scottish accents in English. I feel like the American accent is pretty flat, but that's fine. All right. I'm just saying Finnish is also kind of flat, but at least, I mean, I don't know. You guys have so much opportunity here to bounce the words around. Am I crazy? Do I need to go to a mental hospital for this? Is this a sign that I'm losing my mind? Well, I've been losing my mind steadily ever since trying to learn Finnish. A virus in my brain. Who needs to speak, Lorelai? Exactly. But Ani, celebrating your birthday on Friday. Well, congratulations. Hope it's a good one. And that's your problem with Swedish TV. It's too up and down. Well, I will say, I do actually prefer aesthetically the sound of, what is it? Finnish Swedish. Or is it the Swedish speaking Finns? The way they sound over the Sweden Swedish. There's something a bit simpler about it to me. It sounds almost like in Sweden they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard. They have some weird sounds that I'm just sort of like, yeah, no, I can live without that. I'll stick with I don't know, the Finnish Swedish. But yeah. But I mean, what am I talking about? I've only barely started learning Swedish. I just do Swedish Duolingo. That's about it right now. Yeah, Swedes are too hyper in their Swedish. The Fenno Swedish. That's true, and like the way, yeah, the Finnish, Sweden has like 7 SH sounds, where Finnish Swedish has like 2. Yeah, it's easier to understand the Finnish Swedish speakers. You found the Swedish TV Channel 4 news better than the Finnish to Swedish language news? Some people sound like Danes in the, what is that? The Skåne region? I don't know how to pronounce that, but the Skane. We can add enough color to our language with our cases. We do not need to sing it, says JF. Yeah. Look, honestly, at this point, we need to switch it up. All right. This is a platform that I'm running for, as I want to be the Finnish language, what is the word for it? That's like the beneficent dictator. All right. And I will make decisions for how the language needs to change. And I think we could go with a little more color and less cases. I'll add some singing to it. No, I guess the cases are part of the fun, you know? It's like a Sudoku. But yeah. Okay, that's a good place to wrap it up on. If you guys want to follow my other streams, I like to play Stardew. I've been playing some games, and we've been doing the Stardew Granny Challenge. We've been trying to give a loved birthday gift to every NPC villager in Stardew Valley without missing it. We had some drama last week. The drama is that we did not succeed in Financial Fall. And there was some crazy lore was developed, by the way. And I think the characters are speaking to me beyond the game. The spirits of the characters are influencing my real life in a way that is magical. And that's why some people will say that I forgot Marnie's birthday. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of understanding it is that Marnie is evil, and she's actually possessed by a fallen Junimo. And she exerted magical powers that forced me to neglect to check her birthday. And so we started over, but it's actually pretty fun. I'm doing things a bit differently in spring. We're doing a lot of fishing, and I've been doing some testing in the background. just to see how many fish you catch, or like where the best places are to fish, especially on a rainy day, and like the expected value, because I want to be able to purchase all the ore to make the sprinklers instead of going to the mines. And if you've never played Stardew Valley, none of this makes any sense to you, but you know what? That honestly is an opportunity for you to experience the beauty of this video game for the first time. All right. I remember the first time I played Stardew. It was amazing. And it still is amazing after all these years and hundreds of hours. So you can join me if you want to follow the Granny Challenge. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, if not, no worries. I do the live. I'm still doing the Learn Finnish with Me live stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Finnish time. The Granny streams happen on other days during the week, but Thursday is our recurring day every week, but often other days as well. But yeah. Want to hear a Swedish joke? Never mind. There's Norway. I could finish it. Oh, 27. That's I don't know. That's good in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like it's a proper dad joke. It has a cringy factor to it that I appreciate. It's a spice. It's well spiced with cringiness. But yeah. All right, guys. On that note, have a good rest of your week, and hope to see you in the next live stream. Goodbye.